What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again with another Manchester City live stream watch-along, as we're going to be doing the Premier League watch-along of Burnley v Manchester City in the Premier League. Burnley, unless they win today, will be relegated out of the Premier League, joining Wolves, who have already been confirmed as relegated, whereas Manchester City, competing at the top of the Premier League, know that with a win today, will go top of the Premier League ahead of Arsenal. Arsenal, last Saturday, had the chance to go 12 points clear of Man City at the top of the league. They lost against Bournemouth, been a bit of a slippery slope for Arsenal since, and Man City now, tonight, are in the position to capitalise and go top of the Premier League. Something has to give. This is a real big game for both sides. I think it should be, I hope, a good game of football, and I'm looking forward to covering it for you guys as well. So, before we crack on with all of the talking points from this match, don't forget, if you are enjoying the content, then do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. We're on that push now to 49,000 subscribers, less than 180 subscribers away, so any help towards that, guys, would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget social media links. You can find them in the description and also on the yellow banner at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and search for me and follow me on my social media. That would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget, email in the description and on the yellow banner as well if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the stream as well, aiming for 100 likes once more. We're now 78 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget to get your thoughts in the live chat, including where you're tuning in from today and also what your score prediction is. And also, don't forget as well to go and get your vote in on the poll about who you think is going to win today's game between Burnley and Manchester City at Turf Moor. Welcome, Greg. Thank you for tuning in. Going with a 4-1 victory. Man City getting the job done today. That will be absolutely brilliant. I will take a 3-goal victory today. Corey going with a more reserved 2-0 victory. But again, I will take anything as long as it gives us the 3 points and we go top of the league. That is priority number one for Man City today. Geffen, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Going with a 4-0 victory and some serious gains on Arsenal's goal difference. That would be absolutely brilliant because, of course, Man City just 1 goal difference behind Arsenal. Know that with a win by 1 today, we'll go level on goal difference with Arsenal, as well as going level on points, and we'll go over Arsenal on goals scored. Man City win by 2 or more, then we'll go top of the Premier League and we'll go top on goal difference. And at this time of the year, what we're looking at after this game, 5 games remaining, goal difference could become very important. So if there is a chance today for Man City to win and win big, Man City could really do with grabbing that with both hands. Fingers crossed that it does happen. As I said, priority first and foremost, win this game, get them 3 points, go top, and then see what we're looking at in terms of goal difference. Richard, evening to you. Thank you for tuning in. Says, nice big win tonight, please. It would be absolutely brilliant, wouldn't it, to see a nice big win. City going top, Arsenal going second. What's not to love about it? Kevin, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. They are all cup finals, aren't they, my friend? They're all big games. We've got a job to do here today. City will be up for it. They'll be motivated. Burnley, of course, competing to try and avoid the drop today. They know that if they win today, they could still be relegated at the weekend, depending on what West Ham do in their away game against Everton. So for Burnley, it's just, they're literally just a point of no return. It's just win your games and hope for the best. And even that, probably not going to be good enough. Burnley all but relegated, and it could become mathematical and all certain as of this evening. If things go to plan for Manchester City, that will unfortunately happen for Burnley, but Manchester City will go top of the league. A draw here, Burnley will be relegated and will blow the opportunity to go top. So it does nobody any favours to draw this game, which is why I think we might be in for a pretty entertaining game of football, and we will speak about the teams and what I make of that in just one moment. Kevin says, not going to predict because I don't have a good track record with me predicting and then not winning. That is, do you know, that's fair enough. You're just holding your hands up and saying that you've accepted it. You know what it is? Some people, me, do predictions, don't get anywhere close with their predictions, jinx, and then just carry on doing it for fun, which is me. So I respect that, Kevin. Welcome everybody for tuning in. It is much appreciated. Right, before I do speak about the teams for today's game, I do want to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by My Best 11 Pro. You can go and check out My Best 11 Pro. Links and details, they are in the description. My Best 11 Pro. They've got 2 pools available for you to join Fantasy Arena. Much like Fantasy Football, you select your team and based on each Premier League match day, and then you're basically going to be scoring points, keeping clean sheets, scoring goals, getting assists, them kind of things. As I said, if you're into your Fantasy Football, you'll enjoy Fantasy
11 players,
Fantasy Arena. You can go and check that out. They've also got their predictions available as well, where you look at each Premier League match day and you make a prediction on what you think that result's going to be and whether you think it's going to be both teams to score or not, and you're going to be scoring points on whether you've got the correct match results obviously correct, and also if you've got is it going to be both teams to score or not correct as well. And those that are scoring in the top 5 spots in the predictions and also in Fantasy Arena will win a share of the £100 pool, which, as I said, you can get more details. They are in the description. When you join them pools, you will see a link at the bottom which takes you to leagues. If you just use code MANCITY, MANCITY, you will join my private league, and if you end up topping my private league at the end of the month, then there's lots of cool prizes for you guys to go and win as well. So do go check out My Best 11 Pro. Links and details there in the description. Each pool to enter is £1, so do go check it out. Obviously it's paid up to the top 5 places, first, second, third and fourth, winning some availability on the pot. So a big thank you to My Best 11 Pro for sponsoring today's live stream. I've got my entries into the 2 pots, and hopefully we'll be able to do very well. I've got Manchester City to win. I don't think that it's going to be both teams to score, and hopefully Manchester City can get the big 3 points and go top of the Premier League. Anyway, teams, how are we feeling? How are we feeling? Not going to be easy, this, by any stretch of the imagination. Never easy when it comes to Premier League title races and facing teams in the relegation zone. We've seen this before when dealing with West Ham and Nottingham Forest games that very recently, just last month, we dropped points in. We have a job to do. We've got to do the job. We've got to do the job properly, and hopefully, as I said, we can win and we can pick up them 3 points. I mean, it's difficult because Man City's form against Burnley's brilliant. Last 19 times that we've played them, we've beaten them 18 times, which is absolutely mental. So 18 of the last 19 games that City have played against Burnley, Man City have beaten Burnley. It's an aggregate score over them 19 games of 63 goals to Man City and just 7 goals to Burnley, which I think is quite wild. So it'd be suggesting a 3-0 win for Man City, wouldn't it? The average is there. If you do the math, Man City are going to be scoring between 3 and 4 goals, and Burnley are going to be scoring between 0 and 1. If you start rounding them up and down, and you end up with Man City winning the game by 3 goals to 0. So I will take a 3-0 Manchester City win on them averages. In fact, I'm going to back the mathematics, and I'm going to make that my score prediction for today. 3-0 Manchester City, and if City can find a way to score early in this game as well, I think that'll settle Man City down. Obviously, it'll bring Burnley out to play, and hopefully it'll just open the game up and make it a more interesting, more entertaining game as well. The last thing we want is, this game at half-time is 0-0, and then by the time we get to, the 70th, 75th minute, Burnley will hope to have snuck a goal and they'll be 1-0 up, or it could be 0-0, and it becomes very nerve-wracking for Man City. So we want to avoid that situation, and you avoid that situation by attacking and trying to score a goal early on, which is, something we did pretty well at the weekend against Arsenal. Unfortunately, we made an error at the back from Donnarumma's clearance, and Arsenal found the equaliser. Otherwise, it was a perfect first 15, 16 minutes to the game, and I think that would be the same approach that I'd be looking here. I'd just say to the players, do what you do, which is, attack, create, and score goals, and look to do that right from the whistle going in the first minute and building upon that. And if you can score a goal, you keep building, trying to get a second. If you get a second, try and push to get a third, and you try and get these games won as soon as possible. Man City are in dreamland if we're 2 or 3 goals up by the time we hit half-time. That's the best case scenario. What we want to try and do is try and avoid worst case scenario, which is Burnley take the lead, and then they've got something to defend all game, because that's just not great. And, on paper, whilst a 0-0 draw today for Burnley sounds great, that result will relegate them. So at some point, I suspect Man City are going to be open. So if Burnley can create and make things happen, there's going to be opportunities for them to score today. It's a situation of, can Man City create and be clinical in front of goal to do enough to score enough goals to win this game? As I said, that's priority A. If we find ourselves in a position where maybe we have scored 2 or 3 goals by half-time, which would be brilliant, then we need to find a way to build on that, not coasting in the second half, preserving energy and thinking about the FA Cup semi-final game on Saturday at Wembley Stadium. You've got to be thinking about goal difference, because goal difference here is going to act as the possible deciding factor in the Premier League. If Man City and Arsenal win out, and Arsenal's fixtures, I think if Arsenal get past Newcastle this weekend, I can see maybe Arsenal winning out. It means there's no margin for error. Man City need to win all of their games and hope that in the margin of these last remaining games, we outscore our opponents, and at the same time outscoring Arsenal as well, to ensure that we end up top of the Premier League. Because if Man City can go away here and score 5 or 6 goals today, let's say Man City end up winning 6-0 for example, we go 5 goal difference clear of Arsenal. That's as good as a point. Arsenal have got 5 games to turn around 5 goal difference in 5 games where Man City are always going to be adding at least +1 to their goal difference. So it means Arsenal over 5 games have to outscore Man City by 6 goals or more, which over 5 games isn't very easy to do, and that even then takes Man City just to win by 1. It's difficult, and we've seen before Man City have won Premier League titles on goal differences before. You end up getting to the penultimate game of the season or the final game of the season, and the position you want to find yourself in is that you've got a gap of somewhere between 6 and 10 in goal difference, because the opponent, which would be Arsenal in this case, would no longer be looking towards trying to score 10 to 12 goals to overturn the goal difference in one game. They're going to be looking towards a favour and hoping that points get dropped, and vice versa for Man City as well. What we don't want to do is each game winning narrowly, and then Arsenal end up winning comfortably. 3-4 goals every game Arsenal win by, Man City just winning by 1. It gets to a situation where we're relying on favours. We're not going to catch the goal difference, and we need a team to be able to take points off Arsenal. That might not be a factor, but it also might be, depending on how Man City and how Arsenal end the season. At the moment, in terms of current form, Arsenal's current form isn't fantastic. 1 win in the last 5 games. For Man City, it's 4 wins in a row, and looking to build on it and make it 5 wins in a row. So form sticking with Man City, but business end of the season, form goes out the window. It comes down to 90 minutes. What are you going to do in this game? And as I suggested on my Premier League prediction video, as fantastic as the victory was for Man City against Arsenal, it's a pointless victory for Man City if we don't win here against Burnley. Slightly negative way of thinking, but it's also the way of thinking that the players have got to have, that mentality that they've got to have, to be ruthless, to go out there, to want to create, to want to score goals, to keep them clean sheets, and go out and really show dominance in these football games. And if there is a chance for us to put games to bed early on, we're doing so. And if there's a chance for us to make some serious gains on goal difference, we're doing so as well. That, for me, has to be the target for Manchester City in a game against a team sitting in 19th place, who, with 5 games remaining, are 15 points behind. You want to be in a situation where you're saying, sorry, Burnley, you are getting relegated today because we've got a Premier League title to win. There is no time for mercy. And Man City, and this is the experience that City have got, and I think this is just the ever so slight advantage that we've got over Arsenal, already have that mentality. And because they've got that mentality and it's been drilled into them by having a coach like Pep Guardiola who's been there, done that, worn the t-shirt when it comes to winning big games and winning big trophies, he knows how to get the job done. And these Man City players, some of these players are experienced players with City who, again, when Pep has asked for them, you're relying on their experience to showcase that mentality to ensure that, these new players that we've brought in over the last 2 years or so, they're getting that experience of winning. And I think that's why that Carabao Cup final that we had against Arsenal was so important in terms of just getting used to winning, because once you've won one trophy, all you want to do is win more and more and more. You end up like Anakin Skywalker is how I described it. Is it Attack of the Clones, where he goes, I know that I shouldn't, but I want more. That's this mentality that you've got to have here in the Premier League title race as well. You've got to embrace being ruthless. And if Man City have got a position today to be ruthless and put Burnley to the sword, they've got to do so. As I said before, priority has to be winning this game, but if there's a chance to make gains on them goal difference, then we're doing everything we can to try and make that happen. Now, the question is, are our players that we've got available today capable of getting that job done? So, we're going to have a look at the teams. We'll start first with our opponents, Burnley. Very interesting. It's down as a 5-4-1 formation, suggesting pretty much low block, park the bus, no space, very defensive. Very interesting to see how Man City try and carve Burnley up. It's Dubravka starting in goal. A good, high-quality goalkeeper. It'll take a good finish to get the ball past him, and he's the kind of goalkeeper who can play up and pull off 9, 10, 11 fantastic saves in a game. I'm looking towards other goalkeepers who've got previous history of doing this against Manchester City. I'm looking towards Brentford's goalkeeper from last season who played for Bayer Leverkusen, who for some reason his name slipped my head. But I'm looking towards him. Always just seems to play a man-of-the-match performance whenever Man City are involved. And I'm looking towards Dubravka. He's the kind of goalkeeper who can go out there and pull off the big saves and keep the scoreline quite low when there's a possibility that City could go on to score 5, 6, 7 goals even in today's game. So we'll see what does happen. In front of the goalkeeper, 5-man defence. Former City captain Kyle Walker starts on the right-hand side. Got a brilliant battle with him and Jeremy Doku. Looking forward to seeing how that plays out. Antoine Semenyo is going to be busy dealing with Hartman on the left-hand side for Burnley. And then there's 3 centre-backs for Burnley to try and deal with Manchester City's, obviously, huge attacking presence in Erling Haaland, but also Man City's creativity from the likes of Bernardo Silva, Nico O'Reilly, and Rayan Cherki. It's Ekdal starting at centre-back alongside him, Humphreys and Esteve. Into a 4-man midfield made up of Shuana, Anthony, Ward-Prowse and Laurent, and it's Zian Flemming starting as the striker for Burnley today, former Millwall striker. On the bench for Burnley, you've got Worrell, Hugo Chukwu, Lyle Foster, Edwards, Weiss, Luis, Perez, Tresor, and Broja. You're looking at a couple of good players on there, to be honest. I'm looking at the likes of Armando Broja, got Premier League experience, very physical striker. Thought there might have been a potential of him starting today's game. He doesn't end up starting in today's game, but obviously an option to come from the bench. Lyle Foster got some experience under his belt as well. Joe Worrell's got a wealth of experience, so there are some good options there for Burnley, and I'm thinking, more than likely they're going to get relegated. So I'm looking at their team and I'm thinking, how many of these players are going to be there next season competing in the Championship, because the last thing Burnley will want to do is do what Leicester City did yesterday, which is secure back-to-back relegations. Relegated last season out of the Premier League, and then all of a sudden find themselves with an unsuccessful season, keeping hold of the big earners. Things are very poisonous, and you end up getting relegated to League One, which is where Leicester City find themselves now, and they're in a proper mess there. And that's something Burnley are going to want to try and avoid. They're going to want their team competing, to work as a team, to make themselves difficult to beat, and that's why you're seeing them set up here, in my opinion anyway, relatively negative. So we'll see how that does pan out for Burnley. For Manchester City, lining up with a 4-2-3-1 formation. It's Donnarumma that starts in goal for Manchester City. Matheus Nunes starts on the right. It's Rayan Ait-Nouri. No real surprise to see him come into the team, starting on the left with Abdukodir Khusanov and Marc Guehi as Man City's two centre-backs in what has, they formed a fantastic centre-back pairing. Into midfield, no Rodri today. He's got a groin injury, missing this game. Might be missing the game at the weekend against Southampton, but I'm hoping for City to have Rodri back for our game against Everton. I was going to say next weekend, it's next Monday, isn't it? That game taking place, and I don't mean the Monday that's coming up, but the one after that. So that's when we've got Everton coming up. There's a big gap between our FA Cup semi-final and Everton. I think it's 9 days, the gap between them games. So Nico O'Reilly given the nod in midfield ahead of Nico Gonzalez. That for me is one of the biggest calls. Nico O'Reilly's been carrying a little knock, fully over it in time for the Arsenal game. I thought he might have been rotated here. He isn't, and Ait-Nouri started. I thought, all right, yeah, Nico Gonzalez is definitely going to be starting this game in defensive midfield in the absence of Rodri, and it's not Nico Gonzalez, it's Nico O'Reilly playing in that position instead. And if you're Nico Gonzalez, you're thinking, finally, Rodri's got an injury, I'm going to get some game time, and he's not even selected in the team. So read into that what you will, in my opinion. Alongside O'Reilly, you've got Bernardo Silva in midfield. You've got Rayan Cherki, Semenyo on the right, Doku on the left, and Haaland starts as Man City's striker. On the bench for City today, you've got James Trafford, Tijjani Reijnders, John Stones, Nathan Ake, Omar Marmoush, Mateo Kovacic, Nico Gonzalez, Savinho, and Phil Foden. A lot of them names that I've just named on the bench there, I imagine will be getting minutes and potential starts against Southampton in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley on Saturday. For me, though, I'm still sticking 3-0 Manchester City. I can see City scoring a couple of goals in this first half, breaking Burnley down inside the first 15-20 minutes. I'm going Haaland to do that, open the scoring for Man City, and I think as the game goes on, things will start to open up. I fancy Rayan Cherki to score a goal today, and I don't know why, but I weren't expecting to see O'Reilly start. He does, and I fancy O'Reilly scoring as well. So I'm going 3 goals for City, clean sheet, and 3 different scorers: Erling Haaland, Rayan Cherki, and Nico O'Reilly with the goals for today's game. 3-0 Manchester City, my score prediction. Do let me know your score prediction, guys, in the live chat. That would be much appreciated, along with where you are tuning in from as well. That would be absolutely fantastic. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. We're aiming for 100 likes. Now less than 67 likes away from that aim, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget as well to go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by My Best 11 Pro. Links and details there in the description. Do go and check them out. Do subscribe as well if you are new around here. Get your voting on the poll as well. 14% going with a Burnley win, 0% with a draw, and 86% going with a Manchester City victory. And as I said, do get your thoughts in the chat as well. Kushik, my opinion on Nico G not starting. I think he's going to be off in the summer, especially if Rodri signs a new contract. Kevin says, good, strong team, which is good. Do I think Rodri's just resting? I think so. I think they're just going to allow it. His groin injury is not as serious as what they've said. So I think they're just going to allow him enough time to recover. I wouldn't be surprised to see him make the match day squad for Man City in the game at the weekend against Southampton. I just don't think he'll get any minutes. Kevin said, I would go with the players that are playing fluidly and have momentum. Nico G hasn't really played enough as of recently. It's a fair enough comment. Rayan Ait-Nouri is probably one of the more sharper squad players that we've got available, so I can see why Manchester City have chosen to select him and have not really chosen to rotate. After all, it is a Premier League game, and you've got a game against a Championship team in the FA Cup at the weekend, is maybe how Man City are looking at it. But on the other side of things, Man City may think, what's the point in rotating? They might even go full strength against Southampton as well. They've got 9 days rest. The players are probably going to be allowed some time off after the game against Southampton. So we'll see what does happen. Bernardo Silva gives his little speech to the players, looking motivated, looking like they know they've got a job to do here once more under the lights at Turf Moor. Kyle Walker, captain for Burnley today, player with the most experience, seeing how he's going to play against his former team. Unk, welcome, thanks for tuning in, says he reckons a Kyle Walker own goal. We'll see. Kushik tuning in from India, midnight there. Have you not got work or anything in the morning, my friend? Dave, welcome. Thank you for tuning in as well. It is 18 wins and a draw in the last 19 meetings. Come on, City, even if it is a last-minute winner. Hopefully it won't be a last-minute winner. I mean, we're in for a thrilling live watch-along if it is to be a last-minute winner. We don't want a last-minute winner. I want the job done, and I want it done nice and early. Would be absolutely fantastic. But welcome, Dave. Thanks for tuning in, helping to moderate today's chat. So that is much appreciated, Dave. Remember, keep things clean, no spoiling it for others. They're pretty much the rules we've got here on my JSGC live watch along. John, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. It's disappointing not to see Nico G. I had him in my team prediction. I thought he would have started to get some game time and get 90 minutes under his belt. He's always looked very sharp when he's come on. I think he's very unlucky. I don't know why he's not being trusted to get more minutes, but here we are. Tito, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Says this is probably the best chance to get far in front on goal difference with a nice old heavy win. You are right, and let's not forget that Burnley more than likely are probably going to be relegated by the time they face Arsenal, penultimate game of the season. That they're probably going to have a chance to win that game and win big to make gains on goal difference. So for me, for Man City, obviously it's all about picking up the 3 points, but you want to try and build and get good goal difference on that as well. Geffen says cheering on Man City and Leeds today. Any particular reason why cheering on Leeds as well, as Burnley have done well to win the ball back there off Marc Guehi and then just give the ball straight back to Rayan Cherki, and Man City look to come forward. Unk says Kyle Walker must have scored 3 own goals for the pain that he's caused us in 25-26. We'll have to wait to see if that does happen. He said he's going to be professional and he's going to try and and do a good job on Man City, because at the end of the day, it's his job to try and help Burnley to concede as fewer goals as possible. All things football, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. It's Man City into the penalty area for the first time. Shot comes in from Bernardo Silva, and all them bodies back there for Burnley helped us to get the block in, and Burnley can get that ball clear as well. Rightio then, Man City attacking from right to left, with Burnley attacking from left to right. Burnley playing in their famous claret and blue. It's the claret tops, white shorts and blue socks for Manchester City, playing in their rain kit today, which is like a grey and fluorescent yellow. So it's a grey top, grey shorts, fluorescent yellow socks with Man City. I think, are they attacking where the City fans are? Turf Moor seems to have changed since last time I was there. Them corners weren't filled in, so I'm trying to work out where the City fans are. I'm sure as the game goes on, I'll figure it out. Anyway, is Burnley coming forward? A chance for them. Got a man over onto the left. Shot could come in. Shot does come in. It's a good save from Donnarumma. There we go. Early warning sign For Manchester City, Geffen says, fair enough, leads his second team because his dad supports them. So there we go. Thanks for the clarity, as we're now 14 likes away from 50. Don't forget to subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by My Best 11 Pro. Links and details, they are in the description. Right, we'll end the poll there as we've now had kickoff. We'll get rid of that spammer. Appreciate any moderators dealing with that kind of thing for me. That would be much appreciated. Right, City trying to get forward through Semenyo. Good interception from Burnley, and they can come away with the ball. Man City managed to win it back into the penalty area. Bernardo Silva driving. He's not got much support in there, so he works it to Semenyo, who's got a bit of an angle, and Cherki surely going to score here. It's a good save onto the post, and O'Reilly puts it into the stands. I think they're attacking where the home fans are here, Man City, in the first half, so the away fans are up behind Donnarumma's goal. I don't know how Rayan Cherki's not scored there. It's a good save by the keeper. He's got to score, though. He has to score there, Cherki, for me. Keeper just chucks himself at it, and they hope he gets a hand onto it. I think Cherki does right to go up. Just need to go to the other side. John reckons 5-1. Erling brace, O'Reilly, Cherki, Foden off the bench. Let's go get up that goal difference. I hope you're right. I thought Foden might have got a start here today, to be honest. I do think if Foden can't force his way into the City first team squad by the time the season's out, do you know, guys, I don't think he's off to the World Cup. You can't go to the World Cup if you're not starting for your team, can you? Oh, here's a chance here now. Great through ball. Erling Haaland one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And there's the opening goal. 5 minutes in. Just what the doctor ordered is Erling Haaland with a fantastic finish. And as things stand, Manchester City going top of the Premier League. Beautiful finish from Erling. A little dink over the goalkeeper. Could have been 2-0 up. We could have been 2-0 up, guys. Had Cherki bagged as well. Right, that's the all-important opening goal that we want. What we need to do now is build on it and push for a second. Second goal here puts Man City in a really good position. Not just to win the game, but also to potentially make some games on goal difference as well. Good ball played downfield. Onside Erling Haaland. It's an assist for Jeremy Doku. And it's a good hit. Erling Haaland, my captain, on My Best 11 Pro as well today. Helping JSGC to what I hope will be another successful win on the pool pot. Managed to have a couple of, I think it's a third and a fourth place finish. Hoping to build on that and see if I can get a first or second in this Premier League match day. And having Captain Haaland's always going to work. So there we go. Andy Man, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Do hope you are well. How's Chicago? Time's it in Chicago? Is it 1 o'clock? Lunchtime? Oh, it's a good ball over. Burnley could be in here. Going end to end this. Chance here for Burnley. Chance here for Burnley. Oh, it's a great block from Khusanov. Desperate defending from Man City, and just going back to that case again, against Arsenal, we score and then we just switch off and nearly ever so vulnerable. Semenyo's in acres of space in the middle of the park there. Andy says Cubs have won 7 in a row. Nice. Baseball season now, of course, isn't it? The weather's starting to go a bit nicer. Julia, welcome. Do hope you are well. Here's Marc Guehi for Manchester City. There's some space on the right. That's Bernardo crying for it then. Geffen says he's got triple captain Haaland, and Geffen's got triple captain O'Reilly. I've not used my triple captain yet. I don't know why. Ah, it's great this from City. Haaland gets his shot away, and it's a good block and out for a corner. Man City here are hungry to score some goals. City, I'm telling you right now, City are looking at scoring 3 goals in the first 20 minutes. Is exactly what City are looking for here. They're going to look to try and carve Burnley open. They smell blood. They smell goal difference is what they smell. Rashidi, it was a good goal. It was a good little finish from Erling Haaland. Corner then. Haaland's in there, of course. City have gone short. Nunes to Bernardo. Here's Cherki. Space opens up for him. Shot comes in. It's blocked. Falls to Semenyo. City all over Burnley at the minute. Burnley just struggling to get out. Nunes to Cherki. Finds Bernardo. Into the penalty area. Can't find his pass. Nunes can. Here's Bernardo. Tries to get a through ball in to look for Jeremy Doku. Burnley can get a foot on that and we'll get this one clear. Andy Man says, hoping Wrexham make the Championship playoffs in a good position. 2 games to go. Now in 6th place. Could potentially be in the playoffs. Some good teams knocking around in the playoffs. Teams that are in form as well. So interesting to see who secures that last automatic spot. Coventry City already promoted. At the moment, what is it? Battle between Southampton, Ipswich and Millwall. Middlesbrough just kind of petered off a little bit. Fancy it might be Southampton or Ipswich that do it, but we'll see in terms of that second spot. Julius says a lot of hype around the club. Hope we meet the expectations. There's like a good feel-good factor at the club, which is really good to see. I think. Really good to see. You know, players look like they're really enjoying playing their football. I think they're going out the Champions League, as bad as this sounds, I think it's done the team the world of good. The rest, you know, the regrouping, the reflections and stuff, it's just done the players a world of good. And you often see this at the start of the season, you know, first 2-3 games before you hit the first international break. Man City, more often than not, tend to win all them games because they're only playing once a week. And because they're only playing once a week, they've got plenty of time to rest and prepare and do their homework and know what they need to do. Whereas when you're playing every 3 to 4 days and you've got the Champions League games, it's very complicated. And you know, that's something that Arsenal need to manage with against Atletico Madrid. You know, they're the games that they've got to think about. You know, distractions and things come available. Ideally, you want to be in all competitions. You want to be in the Champions League, as Pep says. But, yeah. DNS, welcome. From Southern California. I like it. Whereabouts in California are you based? Obviously in the south. What we're talking is that San Diego, Los Angeles way. The Bill, welcome. We are top of the league, which is good to see. Julia, yeah, so all focus on to enjoying yourself and winning football games. Andy Man, where is Millwall? Millwall is in a place called Bermondsey in London, is where their ground, the Den, is based. Or the new Den, it's called now. South of the River Thames in London. I think it'll be very entertaining to have Millwall in the Premier League as well. Dave says he doesn't want Wrexham to make the playoffs because it means that they'll have beaten the not-so-mighty Borough. Just petered off a little bit, Middlesbrough, at the minute. Petered off a little bit. FSG welcomes. Got a feel it's going to end 1-0. It's also open, although we are now through 12 minutes and Burnley just starting to grow a little bit more into the game. Though City do have themselves a throw-in just inside their own half on the right-hand side. So don't forget, guys, leave a thumbs up now. Just 7 likes away from 50. Any help towards that would be great. Don't forget to subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, My Best 11 Pro. Links and details, they are in the description. So Manchester City, they move the ball out to the left-hand side through goalkeeper Donnarumma to Marc Guehi. Ait-Nouri's worked his way into a bit of trouble and Kyle Walker's going to be penalised for that. He's not happy about it, and I didn't, to be honest, think there was all that much in it. Andy, man, they do have a reputation. It's a reputation that stems from the 1970s and 80s. I wouldn't say it's anywhere near as bad, but let's put it this way. If West Ham end up staying up in the Premier League and, Spurs go down, as entertaining as that would be, I think one of the most feistiest fixtures on the calendar that you're going to have is West Ham against Millwall and Millwall against West Ham. Could well be a championship game for next season as well, but that'll be a very feisty affair. Very feisty affair. Plus, Millwall, I don't think have ever played in the Premier League. Played in the top division. I just don't think they've ever played in the Premier League. So it'd be good to have, teams who've never played in the league before coming up. Right. City just struggling a little bit with, I don't know, it's a bit casual from City. Burnley aren't struggling to get the ball forward and create and make things happen. They look a bit, defensively anyway, City, a bit all over the place. As a shot comes in and it's blocked by City and they'll bring the ball forward. It's Kyle Walker. Cross comes in. Blocked, and Khusanov will get his foot to it and get it clear. Ait-Nouri gets his foot onto that, and that'll be a throw-in for Burnley. So some defending for Man City to do over the last couple of minutes. Dean, City do love dropping points against Spurs, so I won't be sorry to see them go down. As much as Arsenal love celebrating about Spurs getting relegated, if they wanted Man City to ever drop points, games against Spurs is normally where it comes. So that'll be a huge bonus for Man City should they end up getting relegated. Anyway, here's goalkeeper Dubravka then for Burnley. Man City just seem to have taken the foot off the gas now. I think they're maybe going to go for a more patient build-up. And this is where I think City just need to be a bit more careful. Because, obviously 1 goal in the game, Burnley's still well in it. Here's Doku to Haaland. Cherki! Running out of room. Chips the ball in, headed clear by Burnley. Didn't really have anywhere to go. Kind of missed his opportunity there, Cherki, as Matheus Nunes just gets a little nudge in the back, doesn't go down, so his little heavier touch there takes the ball out of play for a throw into Burnley. Andy, man, no, I couldn't imagine Spurs getting relegated. They flirted with it last season, and they've not really built upon that since, and it doesn't come as a surprise, when teams are finishing 16th, 17th the previous season, that they're going to be in another relegation battle. Everton flirted with it for a couple of seasons as well, but they did enough to stay up, whereas Spurs just haven't found a way to pick up them results. And I feel like all teams against Spurs play up against them because they all think that, Spurs getting relegated would be funny, as Burnley could be in here. And it's Zian Flemming who has another opportunity there for Burnley, and he just drags his shot and it goes wide. That's a big opportunity, that, for Zian Flemming. And again, Burnley just threatening in front of goal. It wouldn't have counted because he's about half a yard offside. It's a good through ball, though, and again, just a warning sign there that, Burnley are still well in this game, and, Donnarumma was beat there. Weren't sure what Zian Flemming wanted to do. So, bit of a warning sign there for Man City that, Burnley are still here. And that's what I said, the danger of 1-0. Whilst this game remains a 1-goal deficit, Burnley are still well in this game, which is why you need to just treat this like a normal game, which is you've gone 1-0 up, you've got to be building on that, and you're looking for this killer 2-goal cushion. Got to keep pushing and keep going, because at the minute, it's a very open game. I said this was going to be an entertaining game. It's been entertaining. Things are happening. Burnley's had more possession in the last 5 minutes, making things happen. City make the mistake, pass the ball out there, and it's another throw-in for Burnley inside Man City's half. Throw-in taken. Heavier flick comes on. Should be intercepted by City, though Bernardo Silva's slipped, so it's given the ball away. Zian Flemming looks like he's just strayed offside there, and that will be a free kick for Man City for the offside. A bit of respite on the Man City goal, and they can look to try and build and push forward. Game's just not so much gone flat, but more of a momentum shift in the last few minutes from this match. City need to keep going. Dave says Blackburn up 2 against the Blunt Blades. Will that relegate Oxford? Borough 1-0. Is that Borough 1-0 up? Here's Rayan Cherki then. Gets a throw in for Manchester City, which will be taken quickly. Back to Matheus Nunes. Here's Antoine Semenyo. Brushes off a challenge. Overlapping by Cherki. Into the penalty area. Floats one up looking for Haaland. Headed clear. Only as far as Bernardo. He wants to put a ball in. Floats it to Cherki. He takes 2 touches. Has a shot. Good block again. Cherki looking hungry for a goal. And hoofed clear. Andy Mania, Tottenham. Daniel Levy ended up leaving and gone under new management. Into the 19th minute. City lead here by 1-0. Here is Jeremy Doku then for Manchester City. Works it to Marc Guehi in the centre. Matheus Nunes. City have done a good job in the last couple of minutes, just getting more possession, asking more questions of Burnley. Burnley, have come forward and asked some questions. It'll have taken a bit of energy, so maybe Burnley just dropping a bit deeper there. Bernardo Silva brought down by, is it Hartman? And that'll be a free kick taken quickly. Work to the left where Rayan Ait-Nouri got the support of Jeremy Doku up against Kyle Walker. Doku just centralises it, looking for Haaland. A heavier touch, a shot comes in there from Bernardo Silva, a good block, and the offside flag goes up against Erling Haaland, much to Haaland's frustration. And Burnley will get themselves a free kick. Right idea there from Manchester City. As I said, there's an interesting battle between former City man Kyle Walker and Jeremy Doku. And Haaland made their own block there. Blocking the shot from Bernardo. So, 20 minutes in. Burnley 0, Manchester City 1. As it stands, it's enough to send Man City top of the Premier League. However, City surely going to be thinking about goal difference. Burnley still well in this game, though. Had a couple of efforts. Getting players forward, making things happen. So, plenty for City to be thinking about as Khusanov put under pressure from Zian Flemming. Makes a good pass for Semenyo. Just bypasses the press. And Semenyo now turns defence into attack. Kevin, I did, yeah, Chelsea. How much is it? Over £20 million. He's on a 6-year contract, Rossignol. Been in charge for, 106, 107 days? Mental. Andy Man, you're spot on. Spurs fans, only top league they might be seeing is coming in from the NFL. I think they'll have the full announcements for the NFL games as well over the next month or so about games coming to London. Here is Cherki then to Matheus Nunes. Gives the ball to Abdukodir Khusanov. He drives forward. Does a good job here. On your own. He slips. And then gives the ball away. I was excited then. Burnley get it clear. Throw in for Manchester City. Here is Bernardo Silva then. I said City looked hungry for goals, but done a good job here, Burnley, of just keeping Man City to 1. Here's Matheus Nunes. Crosses coming in. Too deep for Haaland. Kyle Walker's going to have to put his foot on that because Doku was ready to intercept. Here is Ait-Nouri then. Mike, welcome. It could be costly. I hope it's not. Cherki's looking hungry to try and score a goal, so we'll see. Ipswich have found an equaliser. Here's Bernardo Silva. Works the ball to Guehi. Here's Doku. Back to Bernardo. Here's Khusanov then. Man City committing all players forward. Burnley got everyone camped inside their own half at the minute. Semenyo to Nunes. Instruction from Scott Parker on the touchline for Burnley's push out. You always feel like that's where the danger is for Burnley, though, because if Man City can get the ball into space and find the right pass, they're in. Here's Bernardo. Got support of Guehi here on the left. I'll tell you what, how good's Guehi been for Man City since coming in as Cherki pulled to the ground. So, guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. Aiming for 50 likes, just 3 likes away. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, My Best 11 Pro. Links and details, they are in the description. Andy, man, it all comes down to success for me. I feel like Pep stays if Man City don't win the Premier League. I think if Man City do win the Premier League, I think that's a really nice way for Pep Guardiola to bow out and say his farewells, which is why he's waiting to the end of the season to make his decision. That's a good ball from Semenyo looking for Bernardo Silva. A slightly heavier touch from Bernardo Silva allows the defender just to come across and put the ball out for a corner for Man City here on the 24th minute. FSG says, do I think that Josko will come back from his injury and start playing really well, or will he play badly for some time? It'll take him a bit of a while to get back in the swing of things. I don't think Man City will just immediately chuck him in. It'll be on the bench, and then obviously he'll just come in and do a few cameo appearances. I don't think he'll start between now and the end of the season, unless we've either wrapped the Premier League title up or out the Premier League title race, to which point doesn't really matter what team you go with. As a corner comes in, it's deep, headed in, and towards the near post. I think the goalkeeper's made a save there on Nico O'Reilly. Geffen, there's not that many options out there, to be honest. Xabi Alonso's a good option, I think, and Liverpool look set to stick with Arne Slot if they secure Champions League football, which they look good for doing. So I think he'd be probably my top pick if it's not going to be Vincent Kompany, but I imagine Girona's manager will probably get linked, Mikel. I imagine Enzo Maresca, his name never seems to go away, will be another man that Man City might be interested in. But that's something to think about, I think, at the end of May rather than now, because we're still competing. There's plenty to play for. Here's Cherki. Space is opening up here for Cherki, who has a shot and manages to beat the defenders this time, but doesn't beat the goalkeeper, who makes a comfortable save to the keeper's right-hand side. Man City have done a good job in the last 5 minutes of, Burnley had 69% possession in the last 5 minutes. 5 minutes after that, 88% for Man City now. Xavi, I'm not sure about. Oh, Xabi Alonso. I thought you meant Xavi Hernandez or just Xavi, the former Barcelona midfielder. Xabi Alonso would be my pick. Do I think Klopp will ever manage again? He's got a very cushy number at the minute in that Red Bull job. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Dan, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Right, 26 minutes in here. Burnley 0, Manchester City 1. I think we'd all feel a bit better if Man City could go on and score another goal. Burnley are getting players forward. There's 5 forward here as they bring the ball forward on the left-hand side. Man City have done enough to just get the bodies back, so Burnley are just going to work the ball backwards. Chris, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Cheering on Manchester City today as we do hit 50 likes. Fantastic. Halfway to our like goal of 100 likes. Sloppy play from Burnley. Give the ball away. Ait-Nouri then. Gives the ball to O'Reilly, who will bring Man City forward here. Burnley just going to sit back into a little hole and just trying to be nice and careful. Good pass from Bernardo to O'Reilly. He'll work the ball now to Doku. There's that 5-man defence coming into advantage for Burnley. Here's Ait-Nouri. Finds Bernardo Silva. He's got options. Marc Guehi is one of them. He's just going to move this to the right for Matheus Nunes, who will find Antoine Semenyo, playing as a right winger today. What can Semenyo do here? Gives the ball to Nunes. Back to Semenyo. Seeing more possession being played here on the right-hand side than what we normally do. It's normally everything goes down the left, all through Jeremy Doku. A lot of City's attacks coming through this right-hand side. Little combos of Semenyos, Bernardos, Cherkis, Nunes's, and that's a good effort from O'Reilly, a good save from Dubravka. In for a busy evening today, Martin Dubravka. Chris says, need more goals, defo 2 or 3 would do. It'd be good if we could just have... I'd just like to get a second just to... It takes the threat of if Burnley score a goal, if Burnley score next, it goes 1-1 and it becomes very nerve-wracking for City, whereas you've got the advantage that if you've got a second, if Burnley do end up scoring, you've still got the advantage of another goal. So, for assurance purposes, I'd like another goal, and if we could get that before half-time, that would be great. Here's Abdukodir Khusanov then. Gives the ball to Matheus Nunes. Here's Cherki. Got the option of Semenyo on the right. Uses Semenyo. Overlaps coming in from Nunes now. Not used by Semenyo. Gives the ball to Cherki once more. Nunes managed to get himself back on side. Here's Semenyo to Bernardo. Movement comes in from the attackers. No way through that low block. And Marc Guehi just gets his pockets picked there. And here's Burnley then coming away. That's a good ball in, and Burnley are in here again through Zian Flemming. It's a wonderful, wonderful block from Abdukodir Khusanov, and it must have come off the shin of Zian Flemming because a goal kick has been given there. Marc Guehi caught in possession, and there's Man City's rapid centre-back helping to defend and cut off that opportunity. It was a good ball played across to Zian Flemming onside. And a wonderful, wonderful bit of defending there from Abdukodir Khusanov. Does he get... He doesn't even block it, Khusanov. He just forces Zian Flemming that he can't take another touch there. He's got to take the effort and off balance, slices it, and goes over the top of the crossbar and into the stands. That was a good bit of refereeing there. I were fooled. So I've got spectacles because he can't see properly. It looked like he'd blocked it and he hadn't. But a good recovery bit of defending. Even with spectacles, I couldn't see it properly, so there's no hope. Here's Jeremy Doku in the 30th minute. Ball just gets worked to Marc Guehi. Marc Guehi's seen a lot of the ball at the minute. Him and Bernardo Silva seen a lot of the football. Nunes works the ball to the right. Cherki manages just about to get there. Semenyo can be played in and is. Just outside the penalty area. Doku's wandered over there. Looks to try and square a ball across, and he'll get a corner for Manchester City. I'd quite like to see Ait-Nouri taking corners. He's got a good corner on him. And Man City's corners over the last couple of weeks haven't been bad. Never thought I'd say that. Mike, spot on. Not a walk in the park competitive Premier League team. They're relegated today if they don't win, so they're competing. They've got to get players forward. They've got an attacking threat there, so we've got to be careful. That's why I'd like the assurance of the second goal, as Dubravka has gone down and getting some treatment, some rest here for the Burnley players. It's not a faking injury, this one, I don't think. He looks like he's in genuine pain. So, in this little stoppage, take a chance just to have a breather. Digest the first 30 minutes. Rayan Cherki's missed a couple of good chances for City. Zian Flemming's missed a couple of good chances for Burnley. Erling Haaland the difference, though. Lovely dinked finish it was by Erling Haaland. Get a replay of O'Reilly's header that he won. I think he's just hurt his leg crashing into the post on the header that O'Reilly won. I think if O'Reilly had scored there, I think it would have been chalked off for a foul on Kyle Walker. It looked like Kyle Walker was getting wrestled to the ground. Chris, there's no such thing as an easy game in the Premier League. Burnley have still not been relegated yet. They're still competing. So we've got to turn up and make it count and take our opportunities. And City have had opportunities to score 2 or 3. We haven't been that clinical. They might be clinical from this, though. Corner comes in. It's not very good. Is that Ait-Nouri? It's commentator's curse. Said he's got a good corner on him. It was an awful corner. It's an awful corner from Rayan Ait-Nouri. Right, Matheus Nunes with the throw-in for Manchester City. Should go out and play for a throw-in to City again. Burnley wanted it in their favour. Not happening. Lots of empty seats in Turf Moor tonight. Fans aren't feeling it that much. Here's Guehi. No, he's not on the same wavelength with Doku there. Doku had already committed and made a run. It weren't there. Good work by Ward-Prowse in midfield. Worked backwards. Dubravka is good to continue for now. Sends the ball clear. Khusanov wins his header. Doku wins the follow-up. Semenyo should win the next knockdown, but can't get it under control. Managed to get a neat little flick there over the head of the defender, and it'd have been all right to set Cherki up, but here we are. Doku's gone down, feeling a bit of pain. Referee, I think, has given a free kick to Manchester City. As much as these rain kits have been good luck for Man City, they are awful, aren't they? Just stepped on there, Doku. Not sure if a free kick's been given or not, but play stopped while Doku went down. Yeah, no free kick for Man City. I think a free kick's been given to Burnley, to be honest. Right, 46 likes to go to 100, guys. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe as well, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by My Best 11 Pro. Links and details there in the description. Ball gets sent forward. Guehi wins the header. Haaland's there helping out. Ait-Nouri keeps Haaland's pass in, and Guehi will just work the ball back here for Donnarumma. Bit of pressing going on from Burnley. City do well with the ball over for Haaland, but it's a heavy touch from Haaland. Means Burnley could be in business, although it's a good interception from Bernardo Silva. Here is Rayan Cherki. Does well. He's got Semenyo ahead of him. Cherki gets a push in the back. Go on then. Go on then. Go on then. I'll tell you what, if Cherki managed to find Haaland there, it would have been one of the goals of the season for that run. Very impressive from Rayan Cherki. Got to continue, though, because Doku's in a good position here. Into the penalty area. Here's Bernardo Silva now to Marc Guehi. City have got players forward and in the penalty area. If they do want to put a ball into the box, here's Ait-Nouri then to Bernardo on the left-hand side. City did have a chance to put a ball into the box. They don't. O'Reilly somehow manages to find Ait-Nouri. Should have been an interception. Doku finds Ait-Nouri with the shot, and it's into the stands there on his weaker right foot there. Ait-Nouri just having a bit of a argument with Bernardo Silva. Do you feel like Bernardo was in his way or something? He received the pass from Bernardo Silva and then hit over. I'm not sure. Was it aimed at Bernardo? I don't know what that was. I don't know. Ait-Nouri looked a bit frustrated. Maybe it was just also not the great finish. So, goal kick. Launched forward by Dubravka. Looking for Flemming. Burnley have done well. Win the loose second ball, and they've got possession here inside Man City's half. Chance there to put a ball across, and instead it's just whacked into a bit of space, and too much on it. That'll go out of play for a throw-in for Man City. Ait-Nouri to take. Gives it to Bernardo, who'll just whack this one clear. Burnley will mop that up, though, and could create their own opportunity here. Just a bit reluctant to play their passes forward, Burnley, in the right times in the final third. Happy to have a bit of possession and knock the ball around. Chance here for a ball to come forward. A good touch. Burnley keep hold and continue to have possession. Sol says, thoughts on who we should have as captain after Bernardo? I'd probably go Rodri if he signs a new contract. Chris, it'd be nice to get another goal before half-time. Here's Semenyo. It might come now to Cherki. It's a heavy touch, though, from Cherki. Not the best of passes either, and Cherki steps on the heel of the defender, and that'll be a free kick for Burnley. I'm not sure if Rodri will sign a new contract or not. I'm unsure on it. Long ball forward. Good catch by Pep on the touchline. Out to play for a throw-in for Manchester City. City look very calm and composed, but there's been chances to score goals and they've scored one, but not many more. Why do I think Bernardo's leaving? I think he just wants something fresh and new. It's not really been a secret that he wants sunshine and wants to go back home to Iberia. It's hard work, a player that's from Portugal, used to playing in, warm climates and sunshine, and, he come to Manchester where it's grey, it's cold, it's miserable, it's wet, it's not very nice. When the sun's out and it's shining, like Pep said, the mood improves drastically. It's a nice place to be, but most of the time isn't out. So I think it just, when people aren't used to that, find it a bit unsettling. Won't be the first to come to England and find it unsettling. He won't be the last. But he's persevered, he's sucked it up, he's done a fantastic job, and, he probably sees that it's time for him to return back to the sunshine. John, I'm hoping we can have some more goals. Another corner then for City, and Ait-Nouri's gone over to take. Hopefully we can make this corner count. Across the blue skies at Turf Moor as the sun, I think, set now. Corner's coming in towards the keeper. Keeper gets a fist onto it. Bit of wrestling going on. Husanov wins his header. Haaland can't win his, and a free kick given to Burnley. You see, the thing is, though, Andy, man, so I've tried being in Chicago during winter, and I've heard stories. It's very cold and miserable, and it's a very difficult, very harsh place to live. But I've been there during September, and I've heard during April, May, June, July, August, September, even into October as well. It's gorgeous in Chicago. The sun's out a lot of the time. A nice place to be. Vibe's good. It's got beaches. It's a very enjoyable place to be. So they're talking April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 6-7 months of the year where it's very nice before you hit the harshness of the end of autumn or fall, as you guys call it, and into winter before you hit spring. Whereas Manchester's climate's just dull all the time. Just dull all the time. Here is City coming forward. Jeremy Doku, edge of the penalty area. Can't find his pass. Guehi finds Bernardo Silva. Doku's crying for it once more. He receives it, gives it to Ait-Nouri. There's too much on it, and that'll be a goal kick. Andy Man does like his winter. I've heard a lot of fellow Chicago folk like winter. Gets rid of all the tourists, gets rid of all the people who aren't passionate and native to Chicago, and you're just left with those who are hardcore, the diehards of Chicago, that they really enjoy the winter. I've heard it's something similar in Canada as well. The winter brings out all the hardcore there before you get your nice springs and summers. So, yeah, quiet, gets rid of all the people. Manchester, as I said, its climate's a bit different. A lot of the time the sun's not out. When it is out, the vibe's good. It's a nice place to be. Most of the time it's cold, it's miserable, it's wet, it's raining, it's grey, a bit depressing. And if you're a player that's, like Bernardo Silva from Portugal, that's used to sunshine for 7, 8, 9 months of the year, it's difficult to deal with. Whereas, I look at Silky Ilki, for example, Okay Gundogan from Germany, obviously native to Turkey. Turkey's climate very different to that of Germany and England. Germany's also a country that's got a lot of cloud cover. It's very dull. It's a beautiful ball. Doku's going to keep that in. Goes to the keeper, and it's good defending there. It's Esteve that makes the interception out for a corner to Manchester City. Yeah, Okay Gundogan. Germany's climate very similar to England. Very dull, very grey, very miserable. So it felt right at home with the climate. And there's a reason why Germans and Brits, Irish even, love the holidays and going abroad and going for places that are a nicer climate and nicer scenery and nicer weather and stuff. Whereas me, I sunburn easy, so I like nice weather. I'm just happy if the sun's out. Not really fussed if it's cold or hot. That's like the sun being out. Ah, man. All Things Football says goalkeeper scared of that clearance. He was, yeah. We had no idea where it was going. Not into his back of the net, so he'll be happy that it didn't go into the back of the net. He's going to give a free kick for that. This game's now become scrappy. Is what it's become. Become scrappy. Do I think we need to work more on our set pieces? Absolutely. I think we need to. It's definitely something we can improve upon. As we move into the last 2 minutes of the half, plus whatever's to be added on. So don't forget, leave a thumbs up, do subscribe, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by My Best 11 Pro. Links and details, they are in the description. Long ball's coming forward. Kyle Walker is the target. Kyle Walker wins their flick on. Marc Guehi looking to just shield this out, and we'll get a throw-in for Man City. Man City just look happy just to try and take the time a little bit more here. Knowing that they've got a bit of a battle to come in the second half. Anything but secure at the minute. Nunes. Ball into the channel for Semenyo. I think Burnley will be very encouraged by how they've played. You know, there's been opportunities, chances for them to do things and make things happen. They've got players forward. They've attacked well. They've just not been clinical in front of goal. They could have had a goal or two. So they'll be very encouraged by that. As I think Burnley have got themselves a free kick for that. O'Reilly won the ball. They got themselves a free kick for that. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Alright, free kick here then for Burnley, and a chance for them to put something dangerous into the box right on half time. And, you know, this goes 1-1. It definitely changes up the team talk. Into the first of 2 minutes added on. Not a bad ball in. It's not a bad ball in. City haven't dealt with this. And it goes out for a corner in the end. Testing ball out from James Ward-Prowse. Got a good set piece on him. And Burnley here will be very encouraged by that. A bit disappointing that it was offside. So had they put the ball in, it would have been disallowed. But they've now got themselves a corner here. Good defending from City. Need to defend this corner out. This is where Burnley will be thinking, you know, set pieces. Can we get back into it? Corner then's going to come in. Very deep, and City don't win the header. They do get it clear, though, eventually. Weren't the best bits of defending. So Burnley got themselves a throw-in. Again, more defending to do. It's flashbacks to that Leeds United away game. Very similar. Burnley just worked the ball back. We've got 20 seconds, and I thought Burnley would be encouraged to try and get this ball forward. Header should be won by Nunes. Burnley just going to lever this ball forward. Ait-Nouri is going to chest this one down, and City will get it under control, and that should take us to half-time. Unless there's going to be one last chance, which I don't think that there will be, to be honest. It's Semenyo, unless he can find a way to just get a ball into the box. I think the referee's going to end it there. No? Yeah? He is going to end it there. He did give, to be fair to the referee, he did give Man City the chance to get something into the box there. He knows that Burnley and the ball had been out of play with a free kick and the corner and the throw-in. You know, there was a chance for him just to add a few seconds on, and it was a chance for Man City to come forward. So I give the referee credit. He didn't immediately blow the whistle. He allowed Man City to continue the play, and it was only when Man City turned their backs to goal and played it backwards that he decided, you know what, I've given you a chance. You've not taken your opportunity to put something in the box. I'm going to blow the half-time whistle. I thought that was good officiating there from the referee. City had their opportunity. They didn't take their opportunity, and because of that, we missed potentially sending the ball into the box and maybe scoring a goal. I think that's probably, for me, summed up that first half from Man City. It's just been a little indecisive, lacking a little bit of, not so much creativity, because there's been chances, but just lacking a bit of decisiveness about what they want to do. They're getting into some good positions. There's hopeful pullbacks. There's shots from the edge of the penalty area. They're hit, for me, more in hope than expectation. And I was looking for, once we'd scored that goal after 5 minutes, to really try and grab this game by the scruff of the neck and keep pushing. Get Burnley onto the back foot, get that second goal, get this game opened up, and have the potential of going on to score 4, 5, 6 goals in this game. As it is, whilst it remains 1-0, Burnley are still in this match. I am going to go back to what I said at the start of the stream, though. Burnley could spoil it for Man City and pick up a point, and they'll see it as a fantastic point at home against a team that's going to guaranteed to be finishing in the top 2 spots in the Premier League. But for the context of this game, a draw relegates Burnley today, so a draw's not enough. They need to score. They need to create, it's all pressure for me onto Burnley. We're just looking for the assurance of grabbing that second goal. And I think if I'm Man City, I'm looking for that second goal very early in this second half. I'd have liked it by half-time. That period between 40 and 45 minutes just before half-time is a wonderful time to score a goal. Scoring it early in the half and scoring at the end of the half, good times to score goals. Unfortunately, we didn't score a goal at the end of the half. We are just 1-0 up. That 1-0, if we can get here by full time, is enough to send us top of the league. But I'll be saying to you guys that after 5 minutes against a team that sits in 19th place, 15 points behind safety with 5 games to go, if you're going 1-0 up after 5 minutes, you've got to build on that. You've got to find ways to score 2, 3, 4 goals in this game, because you've got to be building on that goal difference. Arsenal will be thinking today, what's the worst case scenario? Is Man City winning? What's the best worst case scenario? Is Man City just winning this game? Winning 1-0 or winning by 1 goal. Arsenal, I don't think, will be too bothered by that. It will send Man City top of the Premier League, but Arsenal know that if they beat Newcastle at the weekend, obviously they'll go top of the Premier League again, but they'll then be competing towards, if they can score 2 or 3 goals against Newcastle, they then get the upper hand in terms of goal difference. And it's not just a matter of both sides, Man City and Arsenal, matching each other Premier League match day week on week. It becomes a matter of trying to better each other in terms of how many goals you're going to score and how many you're going to win by, because that could well be the decisive factor. And as of right now, it is the decisive factor. Goal difference level, points level, it comes down to goals scored. And if Man City have got their opportunity after 5 minutes going ahead, you've got to build on it. You've got to find that clinical touch. You've got to be scoring goals. And that's what I'd be saying to the players. You're 1-0 up. You're on course for 3 points. Great. But we can get so much more from this game. And we've got to be careful that whilst it remains 1-0, Burnley have looked sharp going forward. They've looked good. There's been chances. And this gets to 80, 85 minutes and it's still 1-0 Man City. The players will be really nervous. Really nervous. Because you cannot afford to blink. You cannot afford to make any mistakes. And I will come back to, if we do end up conceding, I will come back and I will say, well, we had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to kill this game off, and we haven't. Cherki, missing good opportunities. There's been efforts for Ait-Nouri, missing good opportunity. The header from O'Reilly. The opportunities have been there for Man City. They just, after that Erling Haaland goal, haven't shown anywhere near good enough a clinical edge as what is required and what we're looking for. So for me, we've got to find that clinical edge going into the second half. Now, just have a look at the stats. 13 shots for City, 6 on target, 1 goal, 5 saves for the goalkeeper. Well, got to be doing a little better than that, in my opinion. 6 shots on target, should be coming away with 2 or 3 goals. And that, for me, is what we should be up by at half-time after going 1-0 ahead, thanks to Erling Haaland on 5 minutes. You've got to do it. You've got to find ways of making sure that 1 in every 2 shots are on target are going into the back of the net. Burnley 4 shots, 1 on target. They've made things happen. 169 passes in that first half. More passes than what Arsenal had against us in the first half, I'll add. 34% possession for Burnley, 66% possession for Man City, with 299 passes for City. Pass completion rate for Burnley at a very healthy 82%. Again, it's a very similar pass completion rate to what Arsenal had against us at the Etihad Stadium the other day. So in terms of statistics, Burnley, they're still involved in this game. Arsenal were involved in that game right through from the first minute through to 90 minutes because we just didn't find a way to kill the game off. And that game ultimately, after we just scored, went 1-1 and we had to try and navigate to find another goal. So that's just something we've got to be really wary of. And I want things to be comfortable for City. And I want us to go out first 10-15 minutes, kitchen sink at Burnley, get that expected goal rate at between 1 and 2 again, try and score another goal or two and get this game wrapped up ASAP, so we're no longer thinking about our Man City dropping points today. We're then speaking about goal difference only, because at the minute I'm a bit concerned about this game. Don't know about you guys, but I'm a bit concerned. And for me, it's like John said, not really been good enough in front of goal. Got to apply ourselves to be much better than that. So yeah. Chuck, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you very much for agreeing. Yeah, there's been plenty of opportunities. It's not been a fantastic performance for Man City. It's enough for us to be leading. A win's a win. You're on the road against a team that's battling relegation. It gets the job done, but we've got to be looking towards making some gains. And for me, you just go out and score 2 or 3 goals. I've been more than happy with that. Just so you've got the advantage that, we've played the same amount of games as Arsenal. We've got the same amount of points. We've got a better goal difference. That then becomes a big, psychology game. That's a position that we want to be in. We just don't want to show any signs of cracking, as far as I'm concerned. Right, just having a quick look at the other scores from around the grounds, because we've got quite a few games going on this Wednesday evening. It's half-time in the other Premier League game. It's AFC Bournemouth 0, Leeds United 0, of course, half-time here. Burnley 0, Manchester City 1. 4 games in the Sky Bet Championship. It's Birmingham City 2, Preston North End 1. Charlton 1, Ipswich Town 1, Middlesbrough 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0, and Sheffield United 0, Blackburn Rovers 3. League 1, 0-0 between Cardiff and Port Vale. I don't think there's any other games in England. You've got quite a few games knocking around in Europe. Go and check them out at your leisure if you so wish. Kevin, welcome. Says City have been the better in the second half. It is. You just got to find a way of building on it. That's all that City need to do. Find a way of building on it and go out there and, make things happen. As Chris said there, we came out, we turned up against Arsenal, against Chelsea, against Liverpool. We were far better in the second half. And that's what I'm looking for here. So what was it, Chelsea? 3 opportunities, 3 shots, 3 goals. Job's a good one. And City could do that first 15, 20 minutes. 3 shots, 3 goals. We're 4-0 up. Job's a good one, and we're all happy. City are clear of Arsenal on goal difference. 2 or 3 clear on Arsenal's goal difference. You picked up the 3 points. Arsenal are bricking it ahead of their game against Newcastle. So, we'll see. Chris says Pep, the genius, will do his thing. I hope so. I do hope so. I just had my concerns about it being just 1-0 when there was opportunities in that first half to get this killed off. by now, but we haven't done that. So, yeah. Right, guys, I'm going to go and get my drink topped up ready for the second half. So it's an appropriate time for me to roll today's halftime entertainment for you to enjoy. It's brought to you by my partner channel, Mixed. Go and check him out. Links and details there in the description. This is the Hurricane Cocktail. Enjoy.
What's going on, guys? Mixed here, back again for another cocktail video. And today's cocktail, guys, is the classic recipe for the Hurricane cocktail. I just want to show you guys the classic recipe for the Hurricane. So I've done my preferred version of the Hurricane. Now I'm going to do the classic recipe. So get your tin shaker and put in 45 ice cubes. So first thing we're going to shaker, guys, is 60ml or 2 ounces of white rum. I'm using Mount Guehi silver rum. Next ingredient, guys, is 60ml or 2 ounces of dark rum. So next into the shaker, guys, is 30ml or 2 ounces of freshly squeezed orange juice. Next, 30ml or 1 ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice. Next, 15ml or half an ounce of simple syrup or sugar syrup from the UK. Next, 15ml or half an ounce of passion fruit syrup or puree. Give it a shake. And last, just a teaspoon of grenadine, which is about 5ml or 0.2 ounce. Now put your lid on and give it a good hard shake, 8 to 10 seconds, get nice and chilled. So get your Hurricane glass and fill it with ice. Right, now straight into it. And there we go, 1 Hurricane. Now to garnish it. So garnish it with a slice of orange. And this time we're going to add a cherry to it. Listen, there won't be a Hurricane without an umbrella. And there we go, 1 Hurricane. And there we go, guys, 1 classic Hurricane cocktail. How does it taste? So we'll get a straw. Let's have a taste. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You can tell it's a classic rum cocktail. That's tiki taste, especially with the rum. But I think I prefer my preferred cocktail recipe for the Hurricane, the one without the dark rum, because I just got a little bit sweet. But if you like a more powerful drink, this is the go-to, the classic Hurricane cocktail recipes. Because if you like your rum, you like it boozy, this is for you. Because I think for a rum cocktail, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. It's an absolute classic, Alyssa's. Beautiful. So for my next cocktail idea will be the Hurricane Smuggler's Cove. So I'll show you that recipe, that variation of the Hurricane. But I think I prefer last week's variation without the dark rum. That's my winner compared to the original cocktail recipe. But do let me know in the comments, what is your favourite Hurricane cocktail recipe? Which one do you prefer? Or have you tried the Smuggler's Cove version of it? Do let me know. But thank you for all your support as we are on the road to 2k. So don't forget to like and subscribe and mix it for more cocktails like this, as it really does help the channel grow as I'm on the road to 2k. So that's my next target now for this channel. Because I've been mixed and this is the Hurricane cocktail recipe, the original version of it. But do have a nice day and I will see you guys for the Hurricane Smuggler's Cove cocktail. Cheers.
And a big thank you to Mixid for providing today's halftime entertainment. Do go and check them out. Links and details, they are in the description. Excuse me, right. Referee, whistling mouth, ready to get us underway here for the second half. Burnley get us underway. Launch the ball long through Dubravka. Bit of wrestling going on there. It's going to be a throw-in for Burnley. Greg, they do need to get better. Right, Burnley going to launch this into the box. It'll be a long throw. There's going to be some defending for City to do. Well, they're not launching, they're giving it to Ward-Prowse. He puts the ball in and it's a deep one, headed clear by Nunes. Again, just some warning signs there for Manchester City. Good interception there by Semenyo. Just can't quite keep it in and launch a counter-attack for City. So instead, Burnley will get the throw in, which they will work backwards. All the way back to goalkeeper Dubravka. And now 37 likes away from 100, guys. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do go check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by My Best 11 Pro. Links and details, they are in the description. Right, ball gets sent down the flank by Burnley. It's not very good. And here's Cherki to Semenyo. A heavier touch by Semenyo. Still gets his shot away and a good block. Burnley got the bodies there. Behind the ball. Find the block as City attacking where the City away fans are, and hopefully that'll spur the team on as Burnley just get crowded out and will give the ball away here. Doku takes a heavier touch, wants a free kick from the referee. Referee says no free kick. Don't really understand how he doesn't give a free kick for Doku there yet. Deemed the challenge by Doku in the first half, where he clipped the heels, as a free kick. In fact, I'm surprised the referee's not giving a free kick for what Zian Flemming's appealing for, which is Guehi climbing on the back of him. There we go. Here is Bernardo Silva then to Matheus Nunes. Bernardo now peels forward to Semenyo. Works it back to Matheus Nunes. Here's O'Reilly for Man City to Bernardo. O'Reilly once more just works it to Marc Guehi here on the left-hand side. There's a run of Erling Haaland, which Guehi doesn't use, but it does allow Guehi just to push forward, and he's grappled to the ground, and that'll be a free kick for Man City, which is worked quickly. Here is Doku up against Kyle Walker. Doku chooses not to put a ball into the box. Back to Marc Guehi once more. Looks to try and thread through Rayan Cherki. That was Jeremy Doku, as a through ball comes in from Burnley, cut off by Matheus Nunes, utilising his pace. Had the backup of Abdukodir Khusanov there in case he did manage to get past him, as Antoine Semenyo does well to find Rayan Cherki. Here is Bernardo Silva then. Into the penalty area to Cherki. Twisting, turning, tackled and cleared by Burnley. Donnarumma will mop that one up for Manchester City. Works now to Abdukodir Khusanov. He'll go back to Donnarumma in goal as Zian Flemming leads the Burnley press. They've still managed to get 4 players forward. Donnarumma just pings the ball forward looking for Doku. Not the best of balls. And Burnley have done well. They'll come away with this. Mixid, good evening. Thank you for tuning in. That's not the best of touches there from Burnley, and City are going to come away, and it's a 3-on-3 here. If Cherki can get it right, gives it to Semenyo, just about, and Semenyo somehow misses the target from 6 yards out. He's leaning back, gets too much on it, and clearly looking for the top corner there just to go past the keeper, and gets too much on it. And another good opportunity for Man City is wasted. Makes it good watching Preston play. Losing 2-1, I believe. Pep Guardiola's asking, what was that? What was that? Why has he not scored? I think Pep just wants this killing off as well. Burnley could be in. Good defending from Matheus Nunes, and that'll be a corner for Burnley. Anthony, it was just getting forward. Defended out by Manchester City. So just getting a bit, I don't know. I've got an odd feeling. Zian Flemming causing City some problems, and good defending there from Nunes. Pep Guardiola's going to have to sit next to Nathan Ake, John Stones, and Omar Marmoush having a moan and complain. Corner. Ward-Prowse. Headed clear by Marc Guehi. Mopped up by Burnley on the left-hand side. Kyle Walker just inside his own half is going to chip this forward again. And Tijjani Reijnders somehow managed to get on the end of it. Was it Matheus Nunes? Sorry. Here's Doku. Tries to come forward. Kyle Walker makes a good interception. Odin welcome. Says wants City to get a 3-0 win. It would be good if they could get a 3-0 win. However, John reckons we're not scoring more than 2 goals. Ipswich now 2-1 up against Middlesbrough. So he says City... Middlesbrough won't lose to City. Big game, that. Kevin, no, yeah, I get it. It's a bit disappointing. You want to build momentum, not lose your own momentum. At the minute, there'll be a lot of Arsenal fans tuning into this going, what if? And the longer this stays at 1-0, the more what ifs will get asked. So we could do with just killing the game off. Saying to the Arsenal fans, night-night, go to sleep. We're going top of the league. Here's Guehi. Gives the ball to Doku. Guehi must have seen... He's seen so much of the ball. He must be one of the top players that's seen the most of the ball with the most touches. Must be. Burnley look to try and thread a ball forward. Guehi. Felt like he'd got pushed, but linesman says no. Referee says no, and that'll be a throw-in, which is celebrated by Burnley. That they've got a throw-in rather than a free kick given against them. Goes through the back of Guehi. There's one of them that Champions League, you're getting a free kick for that every day of the week. Premier League, well, it depends which referee you get. Here's Dubravka then. Worked out by Burnley. Sent forward. Ait-Nouri wins his first header, but it's mopped up, and Doku does well, and he'll get a free kick for Man City. Which Man City, I think, want to just play it on. Referee's happy for it to play on, so they'll play the advantage instead. Here is Cherki then to Nunes. Here's Semenyo. Burnley now dropped everybody back into their own half as Abdukodir Khusanov picks the ball up. I feel like this is a game of clinical touches and being clinical in front of goal. Nobody be tempted to maybe get Marmoush for Semenyo or something on the pitch. Semenyo seems to be playing as almost a second striker. Cherki couldn't find Haaland there. Bit of pressure coming in from City. It's better that from City and allows Burnley obviously to be able to try and thread longer balls over the top. It's inaccurate, so Donnarumma can pick it up and roll it back out. But, you know, we're going back to that. You know, sometimes you've got to take some risks to try and score some goals. There's plenty of time left in this game. So I feel like, you know, in terms of playing risk, you're better playing risk now than you are with 5 minutes remaining. But, you know, there's always an element of risk to try and score goals. Playing these safe sideways passes, creating and doing not much with. O'Reilly wins the header from the ball forward. Nunes. Again, he's seeing a lot of the ball. Threads it forward looking for Semenyo. Haaland hits the post! And wide. Man City just not clinical at all. Not clinical. And it's getting more and more frustrating, even though we're ahead. It's the fact that the game's just not done and dusted and Burnley is still in the match. Haaland there. He should score. He should score. It's just dragged and outside of the post and out for a goal kick. Ball gets worked back to Donnarumma. He'll just chip a pass forward. Looking for Nunes. Nearly cut off by Anthony there, but thankfully gets his toe onto it and out for a throw into Manchester City. Nunes takes it short to Bernardo. Back to Donnarumma. Finds his pass rather than dilly-dallying around with it like he did against Arsenal. That's what he should have done against Arsenal. Just, you know, take his touch, play his pass. Done. Is Cherki to Semenyo. Doku now has interestingly gone in a more central area. Semenyo for me would be the man that had come off. I still think this game's been for Semenyo. I reckon it'd probably go towards Phil Foden, I reckon, but I'd prefer for just going for a clinical attacker, and Marmoush is a very clinical striker of the football. Ring Pep, tell us, we need some goals. Here's Semenyo. He drives forward. He's intercepted, although he does very well to get the ball back there. Cherki to Bernardo. Bernardo works it to Guehi. Here's Doku now. Finds Guehi. Here's Cherki. Abdukodir Khusanov. Does very well there, Khusanov. Very well. Cherki to Nunes. Back to Khusanov. Playing as a right winger at the minute. Abdukodir Khusanov. He's got the pace. Here's O'Reilly. Patient build up this from Man City. Gives the ball to Marc Guehi. Support comes in from Ait-Nouri now to Nunes. Abdukodir Khusanov. Anyway, guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. Aiming for 100 likes. Now, 34 likes away. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do go and check out today's video sponsor, My Best 11 Pro. Links and details, they are in the description. Ait-Nouri then to Abdukodir Khusanov. Almost been played at a snail's pace, this one. Burnley thought about pressing. Try it. City just work it from right to left. Here's Doku. Ramsey. Yeah, Dias and Gvardiol will get back into the team, no doubt. You know, loads of games to come. I don't know when Dias is going to be back from his injury. I suspect he'll be targeting for the Everton game and beyond. Abdukodir Khusanov's got obviously the thing of having pace, and when City's high line, Abdukodir Khusanov's pace is very much needed. But there's always going to be the need to rotate once we hit the new season, as Doku has a shot into the back of the stands. All them touches, all them passes. Ends up with the ball in row Z. I appreciate him having a shot, though. Trying to make things happen. Pep says, what's that? Pep looks very frustrated. Very frustrated, Pep. Some facial expressions have been very un-Pep Guardiola. Long ball sent forward by Burnley. They're going to get themselves a free kick. O'Reilly asks what for. Chance for Burnley to put something into the box. Don't really get why they're threatened to take it quickly. They're just going to want to put a ball into the box. On the hour mark, Ward-Prowse stood over this. Putting a good free kick in the first half that asked questions for Man City. Can City do something here to try and defend it out? Bournemouth now. Great form, Bournemouth. Great form. Free kick then. Ward-Prowse to take. Looking towards that penalty spot, and there's players lining up here for Burnley, and they just strike it and into the back of the stands for them as well. Here's Bernardo. Oh, he's giving it away in a very dangerous area. Good block from O'Reilly. And again, just going for glory here, Burnley, when they just don't need to. There's better options there than just trying to strike on the volley. And giving the ball needlessly away there. It's probably the first mistake, really, that Burnley have made other than conceding. Going for potluck shots when they don't need to. Get the ball under control. You know, you've got the ball in City's final third. Have some possession. See if you can make and cause some problems. And just going for strikes on the volley. There's a likeliness of them being pulled off. What? 1 in every 100? And gave the ball away needlessly. Can City punish? Here's Nunes. Gives the ball to O'Reilly now. About 40 yards out from the Burnley goal. Just gets dinked in. Looking for Antoine Semenyo. Mopped up by Bernardo. A heavier touch. He goes down. Feels like he's been stepped on. Stays down. Eventually he's getting back up onto his feet. Here's Dubravka for Burnley. Worked well. Out to the right-hand side. A good block comes in from Ait-Nouri. A poor ball forward, and Nunes will intercept. Here's Cherki. Gives the ball to Nunes. Bernardo Silva's got a bit of space to work with here. Cherki gives the ball to Bernardo eventually. Queuing up for City. O'Reilly's in there. Haaland's in there. Ait-Nouri's in there. Bernardo. There's loads of space for Doku on the left. Guehi now works it to Doku. Kyle Walker's done a pretty good job on Doku. A pretty quiet game. Here's Doku driving towards the near post. Blocked, and Burnley should get this one clear. Kyle Walker with the ball. And they will get it clear. Good touch there from Bernardo Silva. And here's Jeremy Doku now. Asks the next question. Pass comes in. Cherki. Slightly too heavy from Doku and allows the defender just to make the interception, which Kyle Walker will mop up now. Zian Flemming up against Abdukodir Khusanov. Khusanov does well. He's fantastic, isn't he, Abdukodir Khusanov? Absolutely fantastic. A fantastic defender. I'll tell you what, yeah, Dias, Josko Gvardiol, they are struggling to get into the squad. How do you drop Abdukodir Khusanov? It can't happen. City preparing a couple of changes. Is that Foden and Savinho, I think, might be coming on? I'm not being funny, but if we're looking for a clinical edge to our game, trying to score goals and kill a game off, is bringing Savinho on the best decision? I can't see who the other one is. Is it Foden? Is it Kovacic or someone? I can't see who it is. Definitely looks like Savinho's one of them. My eyesight failed me. Here's Doku trying to thread one through to Ait-Nouri. Geffin's having a masterclass in fantasy Premier League. 123 points. Wow. Wow. Anyway, free kick for Burnley. Bernardo Silva just got stepped on. Purely accidental from Ward-Prowse. That's why he went down. Right, Nico Gonzalez is the one that's coming on. And it's going to be Savinho for... I'm not being funny, right? I'm not being funny. I said, like, we need... Semenyo, it's not been his game, right? It's not been his game. So I said, like, might be Foden, but I'd be bringing on Marmoush, a brilliant striker of the football. And they brought Savinho on, who's struggling to score goals, who's struggling to assist or do anything. Ait-Nouri's also come off, and it's Nico G that's come on. I hope I'm wrong. Savinho's made a couple of good cameo appearances from the bench, but I just feel like we're in a position where we'll kill this game off. I feel like we're in the point of the game now. 25 minutes to go. I think a second goal for City killed Burnley. Kyle Walker is going to launch this in for Burnley. Because for Burnley to stay up today, they need to score 3 if we score a second. So I think the heads will drop. Here's Savinho. It's a good pass from Savinho. I really hope I'm wrong. I really do. Here's Cherki. Free forward for City. Savinho, one of them. Cherki to the byline. No support. He's going to have to go back. Here come the cavalry. Turning defence into attack. It's such a poor pass from Nunes, and Burnley will find the interception, and Nico Gonzalez does a good job and gets a kick from Zian Flemming, and he'll get a free kick for Man City, much to the frustrations of Burnley. Might just be one of these games where things start to open up in the final 20 minutes or so, and if City can find that second goal, they might go on to score 3 or 4. Break the Burnley resistance. It's just the way this is going, it's dipping in towards uncomfortable territory for me. Obviously 1-0 is better than 0-0, or it's better than being behind, but it's not a position that I would ideally pick. Whew. Anyway, guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up now. 31 likes away from 100. Do subscribe, and do go check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by My Best 11 Pro. Links and details there in the description. It's Krupi that's given Bournemouth the lead against Leeds. He's having a good season, Krupi. Ball gets launched by Burnley. It's not a good ball. Will be intercepted. Matheus Nunes. Bournemouth up to 6. Trying to chase a potential Champions League spot. Andy Man said his phone died, but he's back. Good to hear. We don't miss too much, Andy Man. Not miss too much. Here's Bernardo Silva now. He's got Savinho. Savinho, can he get it across? He can't. He was busy trying to get that onto his left foot. He has eventually, but players are back. Here's Cherki. Here's Cherki. Tries to dink a ball in and gets a block. And trying to be too clever there, Rayan Cherki. Again, it's been another one like Semenyo. It's not really been his evening. It's not really found that Cherki flair. Not really found it. Here's Zian Flemming up against Abdukodir Khusanov, and he gets a 3 kick, much to City's frustrations there. I think Abdukodir Khusanov, wonderful, fantastic player. I do think he needs to be smarter there on Zian Flemming. Zian Flemming's got nowhere to go, so he's always, for me, going to go down. He's waiting for the touch, any excuse for him to go down for the referee to buy in and give him a free kick. So I think Abdukodir Khusanov needs to be clever there by allowing Zian Flemming to take the touch. His back's to goal. What are you going to do with it? Because the only thing you can do with it is play it back. Been another goal in that Leeds game. I think Dave just said it. Is it a Leeds equaliser? Here's a Leeds equaliser. Leeds continue to battle towards safety. It's gone down as an own goal. As we're entering into the final 21 minutes of this game, is Burnley 0, Manchester City 1. As I said, the Arsenal fans now, this is where they start tuning in and think last 20 minutes, something could happen. It could be a You know, like Wolves. Arsenal played away at Wolves back in, was it February time? Arsenal always kept Wolves interested and they took points off them. That's what we've got to stop. Here's Haaland, bursting run forward to Doku. Digest a couple of challenges. Geffen, yeah, Leeds have made it 1-1. Tito reckons Leeds off to the FA. I wouldn't rule out Leeds off to the FA Cup final. Wouldn't rule that out. Here's Abdukodir Khusanov now. To Nico Gonzalez. Here's Doku. Up against Kyle Walker. Back to Guehi. Cherki. Fred's one through. Guehi. Haaland. Can't get there. Savinho. He can. Shot comes in. It's a save from the keeper and out for a corner. Good save from the goalkeeper. Right idea from Manchester City. Better is what that is. It's better. Bernardo Silva then with a corner as Ait-Nouri's gone off. Bernardo goes near post, headed clear, back down and out for another corner for Manchester City. Have they switched the away ends up at Burnley? Away fans aren't normally on that side, they're normally on the other. Looks like they've switched it up. There's a shot that comes in from Cherki and it's wide. Just wasteful from Man City. Really, really wasteful. Just dragged wide. And the man says Cherki needs to go off. That's what I said a couple of minutes ago, yeah. So it's not really been Semenyo's evening. I don't think it's been Cherki's evening either. Chuana comes off and it's going to be Lyle Foster that comes on for Burnley, their first change of the game. Geffen says we need Marmoush on. I'd have had Marmoush on instead of Savinho before. To try and kill this game off. Been looking to try and kill this game off since the 6th minute. We've not found a way to do it. And I said this carries on. This goes on for another 10 minutes or so. We're going to be nervous as hell. I say we, I mean players and us. Supporters watching. Could really, really do with another goal. I mean, we'll all just feel so much better with another goal. There's the mistakes again. Khusanov just whacks one forward to Nunes. It hits his knee and it goes out for a throw-in. And we give possession away. Throw-in for Burnley on halfway. Hartman takes and sends it back. Burnley have got a twist. They need to win this game. They've got to chuck players forward. They've chucked the kitchen sink at City. So good interception from O'Reilly, who's gone in at left back for Man City now. It's good work from O'Reilly. Doku, challenge comes in. It's going to be a free kick against O'Reilly, and he's looking frustrated now. Everyone's just looking a bit frustrated. Need someone to come in who's got calm heads. You know, all these games that we've got from now to the end of the season, it's not all going to be silky smooth 3-0s, 4-0s. There's going to be nitty-gritty kind of games like we've got this evening where, you know, you played a grueling game against Arsenal just a few days ago. It's just about a case of, you know, get the job done. And when you've got your opportunities to score goals, you've got to do so. We haven't. FSG reckons this ends 1-0. Here's Nico G. Works it to Doku. He goes down. Already on his way down there. But referee buys it and gives a free kick. Anyway, don't forget, leave a thumbs up on that push to 100 likes. Now 29 likes to go. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by My Best 11 Pro. Here's Khusanov to Nunes. Works the ball to Khusanov again. Here's Guehi. Back to Nunes. Here's Rayan Cherki. Dropping in as like a right wing back at the minute. Nunes then back to Abdukodir Khusanov. O'Reilly chips the ball forward looking for Doku. It's not worked on this left-hand side today. Kyle Walker's given some insight, I reckon, in how to deal with that and defend it. He loves challenges like Jeremy Doku's in it with his dealings with likes of Vinicius Jr., etc., over the years at Man City. And, Kyle Walker, with how defensive Burnley have been, he's not needed to put the Jets on and, keep running up and down the wing. He can just focus on, if Jeremy Doku's going to have a short burst of acceleration, he's going to look to try and match him. And because of it, we've not really created that much on this left-hand side. It's been about the right-hand side where we've just not really been that clinical. That one through ball for Haaland, there's that big Cherki opportunity at the start of the game. Other than that, everything else has just come down to Man City having them odd opportunities. Semenyo's had a chance to kill this off. Cherki's had a chance to kill this off. Erling Haaland scored a goal and not really done all that much since. This is where City caught up high in possession. There's a 2-on-1 here. He's got to take him out. Thankfully, it's not the best of passes. Zian Flemming can still do something with this, though. Danger's not cleared. Burnley have kept this in, and the offside flag goes up now, thankfully for Manchester City. Jeez. Don't know about you, but I'm feeling it now. My word, guys, my word. Aye, Tito. Squeaky bum time now. That's where we're at. Can't afford to blink. O'Reilly coming forward on the left-hand side into the Burnley half. Nico Gonzalez, options on his right. Khusanov's one of them. Uses him. I feel like our midfield could do with some fresh legs in there, to be honest. It's looking a bit leggy. I do genuinely think that City are just feeling a bit of the impact from this Arsenal game the other day. They've looked very jaded today. They've not looked anywhere near as fresh or as sharp. Probably to be expected. This is why I spoke about the need for rotation in my preview. I wouldn't have made wholesale changes, but 3 or 4 changes certainly. And we've not made that many. Good tackle from Nico G. Good tackle. Good work from Bernardo Silva. Burnley then trying to get players forward. Burnley need to win this game, remember. They're relegated if they don't win. They need to win this game. They need to get players forward. They need to score goals. A good challenge there from Kyle Walker on Savinho. Kyle Walker's had, I think, a very good game for Burnley today. Long ball forward, dealt with well by City. It's like Leeds at Ellen Road, this, definitely. That's what it feels like. Here's Bernardo Silva to Cherki. Drives inside the penalty area. Gets the better of his man and gets a corner for City. Now, it's not like Burnley are launching loads of players forward, having chance after chance, testing loads of shots at Donnarumma. It's not been like that. It's just the fact that it just takes one moment, one mistake, one bit of magic, one moment of brilliance, and your hard work for the whole game gets undone. And all of a sudden, your advantage that you've got, that you've worked so hard for over the last few weeks, it's gone, and momentum goes back to Arsenal. We can't afford to do that. We cannot afford to do that. Corner then for Man City. Bernardo Silva takes. Gives it to Savinho. Back to Bernardo. To Cherki. Surrounded by claret and blue players. Got nowhere to go. No space to deal with. Savinho has his opportunity to play his pass. Doesn't. Knocks it on himself. I think he was looking for the pass. Bernardo Silva into the penalty area. Chips one up to the back post, and beautiful bit of defending from Burnley, and they'll get this one clear. Guehi were lurking there. Good bit of defending, that. Really good bit of defending. Dubravka will put his foot through it. Doku should take the touch. Heavy touch, but keeps it in. Here's Doku up against Walker. Back to Guehi. Looked like he fancied a shot there, Guehi. Gives it to Cherki now. Fancy footwork. Works it to the right. Here's Savinho. Overlaps coming in from Nunes. Works back to Bernardo. Space for Bernardo. Here's Nunes. Lots of touches from City. Nunes lobs it to the back post. Dubravka gets a hand onto it. Burnley will get it clear. Burnley backs against the wall. Bernardo. That's a good pass then to find Nunes. Into the final 11 minutes of this game. Cherki drives forward. Squares it across, and there's Haaland with the shot and over the top of the crossbar. Another wasted opportunity for Manchester City. John, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Smashed forward from Dubravka. Final 10 minutes. So the Burnley have got to that 80th minute mark that I said. They got themselves a throw-in inside the Man City half as well. This is where things just get very nerve-wracking. Rolling the risk about a 1-0 win. It's, again, it's what I said about, you look to get yourself in a position where you think about goal difference. It's now no longer about goal difference. It's all about winning this game. There will be games. There'll be games for Arsenal where it's like this. There's games for us where it's going to be like this. It's not going to be all smooth 3-4-0s all the time. It's not going to happen. It's a title race. Not the best of balls forward from Burnley. Straight out of play for a throw into City. Burnley then got to twist. Will twist. Preparing substitutions. I suspect this is going to be attacking substitutions coming on because they need goals. Burnley need 2 goals in 9 minutes or they're going to be relegated out of the Premier League. Here's Guehi. Finds Doku under pressure. Could do it just finding a free kick and gets a free kick. Good work there from Jezza. And it's going to allow the substitutions to be made by Scott Parker now. Broja's going to be one of them. He's going to come on. So Zian Flemming's going to come off. It's a like for like in attack. Not been Zian Flemming's evening. He's had a couple of opportunities, in particular in that first half. It's going to come off and Broja's going to come on. And the second of the substitutions is going to be Humphreys coming off and Florentino is going to be coming on. So Burnley make second and third change of the game. Into the final 8 minutes here at Turf Moor. It is Burnley 0, Manchester City 1 at the moment. Burnley going to be relegated. Man City are going to be going top of the Premier League on goals scored. Level on points with Arsenal. Level on goal difference with Arsenal. Going top on goals scored. Here is Jeremy Doku, though, up against Kyle Walker. That battle that's been going on all evening. No luck yet for Man City on that left-hand side. Here's Marc Guehi then to Bernardo Silva. Finds Guehi once more. Here's Nico Gonzalez. Tries to find Jeremy Doku but can't find him. In the end, City can mop it up. Nico Gonzalez wants to come forward up against Kyle Walker. Just tries to shrug him off. Ball looks like it's been kept in. Somehow. I don't know how. But it's deemed to have been kept in. Here is Matheus Nunes. Flicks it to Cherki. Got the option of Savinho to his right or Nunes to his left. Goes to Nunes. Back to Cherki. Back to Nunes again. City are going to work this to the left now. Abdukodir Khusanov's got Guehi as the safe option. And for me, that's what this second half's been. It's been a very safe second half from Man City. No real risk. Here's Nico Gonzalez. Matheus Nunes flicks it to Cherki. Yeah, no real risk. Just City hoping to make something stick as a shot comes in from Cherki. Headed clear. Khusanov stepped forward there. And that's going to be a free kick for Burnley because he stepped forward there. There's the risk that was taken by Man City. Dean. Yeah, missing Julian Alvarez, someone who's going to put the ball in the net. Precious, I agree. We do need someone who's going to put the ball in the back of the net and get that second goal. Precious, it'd be good to get a favour from Newcastle. It'd be good just to get top and get them under pressure. Apologies if my stream went off then momentarily. It just said my OBS had disconnected. Right. 27 likes to go to 100, guys. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by My Best 11 Pro. Links and details, they are in the description. Here's Doku. Fred's a pass through looking for Haaland, but it's mopped up by Burnley. Not the best of passes there from Doku. Did manage to find an assist early in the first half. It'd be good if we could find somebody to get an assist for us late in the second half and get this match wrapped up. Here's Savinho driving forward. He wants a corner. Just runs out of room there. He's had a good game, that Hartman. He's had a good game for Burnley. Corner, though, for Manchester City. Haaland is in there once more. Guehi is in there. Nico Gonzalez, Nico O'Reilly. All options here for Man City. Broja's back helping to defend. Savinho takes. Deep. Header. Won by Burnley. Only as far as Doku edge of the penalty area. Cherki. Got option of Bernardo on his right. Uses him. Bernardo now. To Savinho. Crafts in to Bernardo. Can't find his pass yet. He'll do well to keep hold of the ball. He does, and a shot comes in, and it's just wide from Nico Gonzalez. Ever so close there from Nico Gonzalez. Catches everybody out. I don't think anybody's expecting him to throw a shot across goal there. And keeper, he's not getting there. He's not getting there, and he's not far away there, Nico Gonzalez. A heavier touch. Just manages to ping a clean connection and drag just wide of the post there for that killer second goal that we were looking for. Another substitution, fourth substitution made by Burnley. And fifth. Laurent and Anthony come off and Tressor and Edwards come on. Final roll of the dice then from Burnley. How are we all feeling? How are we all feeling? John, we do need to do better at pressures. Corners. Free kick here for Burnley. Another goal at Dean Court. I think Bournemouth have taken the lead again against Leeds. And they have, yes, 2-1 Bournemouth. But it's all about this. You know, there's a free kick here for Burnley. This is where it gets real nervous for Manchester City now. Ward-Prowse has gone over to take. He's got a good free kick on him. Man City have got to defend this. These are the risks that you take when it gets to, late in the game and you've not killed games off. You leave yourself vulnerable. Burnley, realistically, they need a goal here if they want to win. Ball comes in, headed clear, offside flag up. It's poor from Burnley. You shouldn't be offside from a set piece. Broja's got to be looking across the line. He can't be in an offside position on a free kick. Very disappointing that. I'd be very disappointed if I was a Burnley fan. Very disappointed. As I said, the next step of the title race is Arsenal's game on Saturday. That game taking place near enough at the same time as Man City's FA Cup game against Southampton. So I'm not going to watch the Arsenal game. I'm going to miss that. Might catch the final few minutes of the game if things have gone positive for Man City on Saturday. Erling Haaland just launches the ball up in the air. Falls to nobody in particular. This is just getting very scrappy now, this game. Bernardo Silva just whacks the ball forward. I think City are going to settle on this 1-0, I think, is what this looks like. Heavier pass here. There's a chance here for City. There's players forward here to get this right. Kill it off. Doku, penalty area. Turns. Bernardo! Great block. Haaland! Saved! How many opportunities do Manchester City need to wrap this game up? How many opportunities? More so that it might still be enough, the 1-0, to pick up the 3 points. But, you know, the goal difference could well come down to just +1. And I might come back to this and say, well, there's been opportunity after opportunity against Burnley to score goals, and we've not done it. Here's Doku. Goes back to Guehi. Burnley need hold of the ball. Whacked clear by Guehi. Cut off. O'Reilly can't win the ball back, but City will get a throw-in inside the Burnley half. Scott Parker wanted the throw-in. Burnley wanted the throw-in. O'Reilly just throws it forward here, looking for Rayan Cherki inside the penalty area. Plays the pass to Haaland. It's a heavy touch from Haaland. City do well just to mop that up. So we're entering into the 90th minute here. Here's Bernardo. Plays a pass to Cherki. Cherki! And O'Reilly! O'Reilly's missed! He looked offside, miles offside. So it's still, even if he's offside, he's got to score. I think he's onside. Oh, how have we not killed this game off? Into the added time then. What are we dealing with? Ball gets knocked forward here by Burnley. Khusanov will cut it off. It's 4 minutes, whacked clear. Haaland doesn't get his flick right, and Burnley have got possession here. Bernardo wins it back for Man City, and I think that 4 minutes will deflate Burnley because they know they're probably not going to score 2 goals in 4 minutes. And I feel like the fight in Burnley is just slowly disappearing. It'll just come about a case of, can we pick up a point against Man City and say, you know, we picked up a good point. We did everything we could to try and stay up today. We've not managed to do it. Here's Guehi. Plays his pass. Here's Khusanov. To Nunes. 3 minutes. Poor pass from Nunes. He's very lucky to get away with it and get the ball back. Work to the left. Here's Guehi. Getting towards my man of the match time. And I think Guehi's had a pretty good game. Is Cherki into the penalty area. Cherki with a shot and out for a corner. Good block from, is that Florentino, the substitute that's come on? It is. Yeah, I think, Haaland scored the goal that's potentially going to go on to win this game. Guehi, I think, had a very good game. Abdukodir Khusanov's had a really good game, I think, as well today. Doku's got an assist. Kind of a position, take your pick, really. Probably give it to Haaland for scoring the all-important only goal of this game. And boy, have we needed it. Savinho then to take into the 92nd minute. 2 minutes remaining. Nico G back to Savinho. Nico G's looked sharp since coming on, which is good. Here's Cherki to Doku with a shot and blocked. And Burnley will scramble that one clear and out for a throw-in to Manchester City. As I said, the fighting spirit just seems to be leaving Burnley now. You know, they put up a good fight today as well. I can't help but feel like if Burnley played like this all season, they probably could have picked up a few more points. They've battled for every ball. They've caused problems. They've attacked with intent. They've had opportunities. They've caused a headache today for Man City. Here's Savinho. Drives forward. Bernardo drives forward, won't fall nicely. Burnley should clear their lines, will clear their lines. Abdukodir Khusanov will allow the bounce. He'll be under pressure. Will find the pass to Donnarumma. Donnarumma will find his pass, and that will burn away a few more seconds, which City are going to launch this ball long, looking for Haaland. It's a good long ball forward, and Haaland might get here, you know. Good goalkeeping. Holds his ground there, Dubravka, and finds the interception with 1 minute remaining. Into the final minute of the game then. Is there going to be last minute drama? I hope not. That's going to be a free kick for Burnley and one last chance for them just to launch this ball forward. Last bit of defending for Man City to do. Burnley going to take their opportunity to get everyone forward. Last bit of defending for Man City to do. No surprise that Man City will go with a really high defensive line. Launched forward by Burnley. It should be won in the air here by City. It isn't, though. And Burnley have got hold of the ball here. Into the penalty area. Savinho's there, though. Grabs it. Clears it. It's ricocheting around. Haaland tries to hook it clear. He's not managed to hook it clear properly. There's more defending here. There's more defending. The ball comes in, and it's going to be a corner. Last kick of the game. It's a corner for Burnley. Burnley are right up for this. Keeper's probably going to go up. Pep Guardiola is nervous. Man City are nervous. Dubravka comes forward. Burnley have nothing to lose here. So Man City, the fans, some of them can't even watch. City need to defend this corner. Corner comes in. Headed clear by Guehi. Savinho. Can he win the loose ball? He can. Can he get the pass? He doesn't need to because the referee blows the final whistle. Wow. That was... That's just... Oh, my word. I'd love to say I enjoyed that, but I didn't enjoy that. I didn't enjoy that. It was just, as Haaland sums it, just like, oh, thank God for that. It's done. Right. 3 points. I'll digest it in the my match reaction. Commiserations to Burnley. Relegation to the Championship has been confirmed this evening with that loss. Man City have gone top of the Premier League on goals scored. Scored 3 more goals than Arsenal. It couldn't be much tighter at the top. Level on points. Level on goal difference. And Man City ahead, 3 goals scored, 66 compared with 63 for Arsenal. I'll digest more of this in my my match reaction up in the next hour or so. As Mike says, Leeds, some scenes there, have scored very late on against AFC Bournemouth. So, there we go. Right. I won't be back with another live watch-along, unfortunately, on Saturday. I'm away on Saturday, so no live watch-along. But I will be back for the next Premier League game against Everton, all being well. So we'll be back for that one for you guys to enjoy with another live watch-along, and hopefully we can make it another win. And hopefully Man City can get the job done once more. Keep an eye on what's going on with the Arsenal game as well against Newcastle. See if we get any favours. Arsenal got a chance here because Man City are always playing catch-up because of that game in hand against Crystal Palace, which probably isn't going to get played until probably penultimate game of the season. So Southampton are playing some good football, in very good form. Not going to be an easy game at Wembley. Southampton backed by a sellout crowd, a very in-demand game. Obviously, a chance for Man City to progress to the FA Cup final again and try and rectify our defeat in the FA Cup final from last season to look forward to. And we don't have to really think about the Premier League now until we next play, which is, 12 days from now against Everton away. So, yeah, look forward to it. As I said, no live watch-along, unfortunately, on Saturday. I am away. So, apologies for that one, but we'll be back for the next game, all being well, against Everton. And I'll be back with my match reaction in the next hour or so for you guys to enjoy. So, thank you so much for everybody for tuning in. It is much appreciated. Oh, Mixid's not happy, so Preston's lost again. So thank you everybody for tuning in. It is much appreciated. Thank you to everybody that's left a thumbs up. Now 21 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe if you're new around here. It is free to subscribe. Going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest City content here on YouTube. So if you haven't done so already, then do subscribe. Also, don't forget, if you're watching this after the stream, then get your thoughts in the comments below. If you're watching it live right now, then get your full-time post-match thoughts. Julia, I'm with you. Glad it's finished. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you to my moderators for helping to moderate the chat. Thank you to everybody that's interacted with me today. And thank you to everybody that's checked out today's video sponsor as well, which is brought to you by My Best 11 Pro. Go and check them out. Links and details there in the description. Anyone that does check them out does help to support the future content created here on my channel. Remember, these streams, they don't happen without the sponsors, so I do appreciate My Best 11 for sponsoring today's live watch along, and I would appreciate anybody checking them out. That would be fantastic. As I said, 2 pools available where you can do fantasy football and prediction. I'm in both and enjoying it over there. You can come and join me too. As I said, links and details there in the description, and My Best 11 Pro is a free app as well to check out if you so wish. And yeah, I will see you all for my match reaction in the next hour, and I'll be back for the Everton game for my next live watch along. As I said, no live watch along on Saturday for City's game against Southampton. Unfortunately, I am away, but we'll be back for the Everton game, all being well, so I'll see you then. So, Man City, top of the league. Burnley, officially relegated today. It's job done, not clinical in front of goal for Man City. No real gains on goal difference. We're top on goals scored, but it got the job done, and we're top of the league, and that's worth celebrating, because just last Saturday, Arsenal had the chance to go 12 points clear of Man City. They didn't, and now Man City are in first place with the same amount of games played, same amount of points, same amount of goal difference. Man City top by the slender of advantages by scoring 3 more goals than Arsenal. Arsenal under pressure, in poor form, against a tricky banana skin kind of game at home against Newcastle, who are very physical, very difficult to deal with. Arsenal have got, obviously, Champions League against Atletico Madrid semi-final to come as well across 2 legs. Got a game against Fulham coming up too. Not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy for Man City either. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be easy. It's just about this time of the year getting the job done. It's you turn up, you do what you can for any which way to win, and that's what we've managed to do today. And hopefully we can have something similar against Everton, something similar for our home games against Brentford, against Crystal Palace, against Aston Villa, and hopefully that will be enough for Man City to get the job done. And of course, an away game coming up against Bournemouth as well, which if Man City win on Saturday, that game will also be rearranged. So a very busy schedule in May coming up for Manchester City. So we'll see what does happen. For now though, we'll react to this, and then it'll be over to preparing for the FA Cup before we can then start to think about our next Premier League game, which, as I said, 12 days time. So I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.